Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for the month of August 2009 for Taurus. And this also applies if you have a Taurus ascendant. So Taurus, this month, there's going to be a varied focus for you. There's going to be a lot of focus on money and earning your income. And yes, Taurus, that's always a very important thing to you. And with Mars in your second house in Gemini, for about until the 26th of the month, you're going to be putting a lot of energy into making your own money. How can I make more money? What can I do? How can I generate more income? You're also going to be putting a lot of energy and thought into your values. What's important to you? Do you now need to reprioritize your life? Are there things that need to change? And you will be ready to make those changes, Taurus. I know you don't like change, but this is going to be within your control. So it's great while Mars is in that second house to take control of your priorities in your life. Towards the end of the month, Mars goes into your third house and Venus is there until about the 26th of the month. So there's going to be a lot of focus on communicating, on getting through to people, on communicating what you're feeling, what it is that you want, but also anything that needs to be promoted or communicated out there. This is a really good time. With Venus in the third house, that should maybe bring you a little bit of extra income coming from something that you might promote. Advertising, any kind of blogging, writing, anything that's communicating out there to people. It's also a good time for connecting up with the people around you, your neighbours, your local community, maybe even putting a little of energy into that and getting some enjoyment from it. Venus being in that third house, that's taking a little bit of pleasure. Also maybe taking some short trips as well that may in fact be connected with work, but they could also be social. We've got the Sun for the first 23 days of the month approximately in your fourth house. So Taurus as well, there's going to be a lot of focus for you on the home. Home, family, comfort, and boy Taurus, you love your home and your comforts and you need that stability. So there's going to be an awful lot of out there, an awful lot of communicating, talking, earning, focusing on money and income, and at the same time some relaxation time, and the Sun in that fourth house of home until the 23rd of the month, a really good time for connecting up with family members, friends, people who are important to you. This is a really good time to do it. Because after the 23rd of the month, the Sun goes into your fifth house. Mercury is there for most of the month, and Saturn's been sitting there for quite some time. So there's a big focus this month for you, Taurus, on your fifth house. And the fifth house is the entrepreneurship house. It's the house of your own business. It's the house of creativity. It's the house of doing something your own way. And Taurus, this is a really good time for you. So if you've already started your own business, expect to have a little bit of a boost or a bit of more interest in it. And with Mercury there, Mercury's moved into the sign of Virgo. It moves there just after the 2nd of the month. So this is a great time to get any precise agreements that you need with people, to do with business, to do with pleasure even, but to get an agreement clear. If there's been some unclarity, now is the time for the clarity in all of your agreements. And with Mercury being in Virgo, it's at home there. So you will find that your communication is probably a little easier and a little quicker for you, Taurus. Sometimes it's slow, but you will find it's really speeding up for much of this month. Then the Sun is in the fifth house from the 23rd to the end of the month. So as I said, that's a great time to do with anything that is to do with your creative self. And you are very creative, Taurus. And at the end of the month, on the 26th, Mercury just slips into Libra in your sixth house. So anything that you've done very creatively, then it's a time to focus it in the work area. You'll find that you are ready to make money from it and to focus on your work area much more once again. And work is always a focus for you, Taurus. Pluto in the 9th house, there may be a long trip, or you may be involved with somebody internationally. You may connect up with somebody on a more global way to do with business, to do with maybe banking, to do with structure, to do with finance, but to do with your business, to do with your work. with Jupiter in that 10th house, there is some good fortune to do with your career coming to you. It's just that you feel as though you're having to work very hard, and for some of you it feels as though it's slipping away. Neptune there makes it dissolve. You get clear and it looks great, and suddenly it's eluding you again. So it's a matter of just staying as focused as you can, which you do very well, Taurus, and focusing on that income and having some pleasure and enjoyment with your home and your family and your friends. So it's an interesting month with lots of different things going on. So expect to feel as though you've got a lot of mental stimulation. So I wish you a great month, Taurus, and I thank you for listening. See you soon.